Get up, you son of a bitch! Cause Pawn's drunk loves ya.
Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Come on. Yeah. We early. Pawn drum boxing, let's go.
Let me tell you what I need. I need money. Don't need
Show me the money.
No beef, no 50, no beef. I keep it with all my might. What's all? You know how I'm doing. I don't even need no music. Uno, dos, tres. No music. No music.
Let's go.
Let's get ready to
You already know this is Pawn Drunk Boxing, aka Mr. Moonshine himself, aka El Adobo, aka El Sazón, aka El Borracho, aka Café Bustelo, aka El Pastor de Boxeo. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in this side of heaven. God bless you all. Yeah, man. Look, I was going to do a video about this, but I said, you know what, man? Let me just go live. Let me go live. And I know I got to be more consistent with the live shows and stuff like that to tell the people when I'm going to go live. And y'all can prepare when I'm going live. Y'all can hit the notification on your phone when I'm going live. And y'all get that, But I was thinking about this, and you know what, man? I'm very happy. I'm very happy. Shout out to Conor Benn. Shout out to Sufa. Shout out to Turkey Al-Sheikh. Shout out to Dana White. Shout out to all the boxing. Shout out to all the boxing entities in the sport of boxing. The more entity there is in the sport of boxing, the more opportunity it is for the fighters, and then there's more opportunity for us to watch the fighters. You know what I'm saying? And I know some people are gonna deem this live as, why you pocket watching though? Why you pocket watching though? Yeah, at the end of the day, this is sports, right? It's not like we want to pocket watch. Is that this is part of the sport, just like in any other sport. When we talk about free agent, how much this player is worth, how much this NFL player is worth, how much this NBA player is worth. Is he going to sign a 5-year deal? You know what I'm saying? Is he gonna is they gonna go over the salary cap, right? Us, if we got our team, we understand salary cap, right? Man, we got to save more money and stuff like that. We know trades and stuff, 10-day contracts and everything, right? Guaranteed contract, non-guaranteed contract, bonuses and stuff like that. We understand that in every other sport. It's not about pocket watching. It's just part of the sport. And purses is part of the sport. Us knowing how much this fight is going to be making is part of the sport. Revenue, how much pay-per-view was sold and stuff like that is part of the sport. Hey, I ain't going to pay no damn pay-per-view, damn subscription. Man, you know what I'm saying? Everything is numbers. Everything is money. That's how we understand certain values, right? And that necessarily because and that doesn't mean because you make more money that you better than the other fighter. In the sport of boxing, you are just as good as what you negotiate, right? Or your value is just as good, or how much you negotiate. Shout out to all the managers in the sport of boxing, all the attorneys, the promoters, the negotiators, the investors. You know what I'm saying? Some are better than others. Let me tell you like this: Keith Connolly is the best manager in the sport of boxing. Shout out to Rick, one of the best in the managers in the sport of boxing. You already know Rick, the manager of Virgil Ortiz as well. Bill Haney, one of the best managers in the sport of boxing. You got to give these guys a lot of credit because they be making big moves. And one of the biggest moves in the sport of boxing is Conor Benn securing a $15 million deal with Sufa, Dana White, and y'all already know who backs Dana White and TKO and Sufa. You know that is Turkey Al-Sheikh. Shout out to Turkey Al-Sheikh. He's done a wonderful thing thus far in the sport of boxing. A lot of people has given Turkey Al-Sheikh a lot of credit and a lot of praise. As a matter of fact, Las Vegas Hall of Fame already put Turkey Al-Sheikh in it. But there's a purpose for everything. It's like I said before, there was a purpose for Turkey Al Sheikh to do business with this promoter, this promoter, this promoter. Act like he likes this belt federation, this belt federation. And at the end of the day, I told y'all since day one. Now I'm going to say since day one, but I told y'all for years. The archives is there, the lives, the videos. I said that Turkey Al Sheikh, shout out to Turkey Al Sheikh, he's just playing chess. He knows where he's entering. This is the gangster's playground. Boxing is the gangster's playground. It's the Wild Wild West. Right? And Turkey, I said, was going to snatch the rug underneath all these promoters and the sanctioning bodies. And you could tell these guys are really mad at Turkey Al Sheikh. You know that Oscar De La Hoya and Eddie Hearn and Bobby Ahrim and Todd the Buff and Mauricio Sudamon from the WBC, you know they're all tight at Turkey Al Sheikh. But let me say it like this. The arm's too short to box with God. And I'm not saying that Turkey Al Sheikh, but you understand the phrase. They don't want to burn that they don't want to burn that type of bridge. So you know what? These promoters, they will go after Dana White. But they know that it's not Dana White. They know they're not fighting Dana White. You fighting the person that funding Dana White, but you don't want to talk ish about Turk because you know what you know. They scared. They scared to go toe-to-toe with Turkey Al Sheikh. So they rather just throw darts at Dana White. Nah, Dana White ain't the problem. You know who the problem is. Your problem, not the problem in the sport of boxing, because at the end of the day, Sufa's going to do their thing. Ain't nothing stopping Sufa, ladies and gentlemen. Ain't nothing stopping Dana White. Ain't nothing stopping the $7.7 billion. Ain't nobody stopping Peter Khan. Ain't nobody stopping Turkey Al Sheikh. You lost already for other promotional company. I like y'all. I like y'all. I think that Eddie Hearn, one of the best promoters in the sport of boxing. I think Oscar De La Hoya, one of the best in the business. I like y'all. I like what Top Rank has done over the years. I like y'all. But Turkey Al Sheikh was running circles through y'all. Still do. And y'all ain't gonna catch up. That's it. That's it. I mean, look, I think that PBC Al Heyman was the only one that didn't eat the apple. He was the only one that didn't eat the apple. But all these guys, what's good, Christian? What's good? What's good? What's good? Bam Bam, what's good? Shout out to the members in the building. What's good, man? Dime lo que, Christian. Fireside TV in the building. What's good, man? Timmy in the building. What's good, man? Let's talk about this. There's people that saying, yo, Conor Benn, 15 million? Nah, man. Hey, what did he do to get 15 million? What did he do to get 15 million? Man, shut the F up, man. Shout out to Keith Connolly, Conor Benn for securing the $15 million. You know what I'm saying? There's a war going out outside. And I ain't talking about the shit that's going on in Dubai and Iran and all that stuff, man. I'm not, I don't want to get into it. They will probably flag this live, but we're really trying to get into it. But at the end of the day, this is the war that's coming out outside. This is the war right now. This is the war in the sport of boxing right now. But let me tell you like this. The Frank Martins, even Don King, Sue, and y'all, Frank Warren, I'm sorry, y'all all going to lose. Y'all lost already. Y'all lost already. Take that loss, take that L. Just like we tell fighters to take that L. Just like we tell fighters to take that L and stop being sore losers and stop having excuses. Eddie, take that loss with Conor Benn. I like Eddie. But take that loss. Y'all can't mess with this team, bruh. They can't mess with Dana and Turkey and Peter Khan. Too much money. Too much power. And y'all had a year and a half, almost 2 years to figure it out. That rug was going to be snatched right underneath y'all. And y'all was sleeping on the wheel. Yes, Eddie, Oscar, Frank, all of y'all was sleeping on the wheel, thinking about, oh, shit, man, Turkey's going to give us all this money and then we ain't even got to fund it? Turkey actually is going to give us all this money. And we're going to get percentage of all these fighters, and we ain't even got to invest. We ain't even got to put money. Yeah, man, y'all was sleeping behind the wheels. Y'all was sleeping behind the wheels. I told y'all, ladies and gentlemen, check this out. I said it. Has done good things in the sport of boxing. And yeah, it seemed like Turkey Al Sheikh wanted to bring everybody together, everybody in harmony, kumbaya. Mm-hmm. Yeah, bring them all together to crush them, and take them out of there. And put them all in the compactor. That's what he's trying to do. That's what I believe. spokes. That's a year ago. That's a year ago, me saying that. I caught up 2 years before. And a lot of people was calling me a hater. No, Punch, you hating on Turkey. No, I wasn't hating on Turkey. I just knew that what was going to take place. I didn't know it. I didn't know it was going to happen. Punch Drunk Boxing, you were trying to tell the people, and they didn't want to listen to your drunk motherfucking self. They didn't want to listen to you, Punch Drunk Boxing, but you was right. I snatched that rug right underneath Eddie, right underneath Frankie, right underneath Bobby, right underneath Oscar De Hoya, right underneath that Mauricio's green belt. It's a shitty belt. I told the Punch Drunk they should have listened to you, Punch. That's what Turkey Al-Sheikh is saying right there. Turkey Al-Sheikh hit me up. He said, they Punch Drunk Boxing, my friend, you're gutsy. I was worried that it was going to take you serious, but who would take you serious? You're drunk? Who would take you serious? But I was looking at your videos, and I remember when you said that I would snatch the rug underneath all these stupid promoters and all these sanctioning president bodies. I told you. It's good that they don't take you serious, my friend. I took you serious. I was worried. Shout out to Turkey Al-Sheikh. Y'all should have listened to Punch Drunk Boxing. Y'all should have listened to this drunk on the mic with the mic. Y'all should have listened to me. But people don't want to take me serious. You don't want to take me serious? Well, take me serious now. Go ahead, sue. Now these promoters acting like bitter baby mama in family court. Y'all know them bitter baby mamas. You're the great father in the world. You're the best. You're the best. And then when you don't want her, they take you to a family court saying you a bad father. You don't do nothing. You don't do nothing as a dad. You don't provide. You don't take care. You don't spend time. You don't care. I want sole custody. These promoters are acting like bitter baby mamas in family court. You're lost. So let's talk about this $15 million deal that Conor Benn got. Let's talk about it. I think it's good. I think it's great. Just like if y'all secure 15, I don't know y'all. I don't know some of y'all in the chat. I don't know most of the people that follow the channel. Unless if you don't engage with the channel, we don't know each other. But guess what? If they be like, yo, Punch, yo, guess what? I got $15 million, man. God bless you, my brother. If you tell me, yo, Punch, I got $15,000. God bless. If you tell me, yo, Punch, I just got $5,000. If you tell me, Punch, I just got a $500. I just received $500. Blessing. Hey, yo, when I get a $2 super chat, I'm grateful. When I get a $5 super chat, I'm grateful. People want to donate to that, I'm grateful. You know what I'm saying? So this ain't really like on pocket watching. Like I'm looking at Conor Benn and what he got and try to say that he's not worth that. No. He got that $15 million. He fought for it versus Chris Eubank Jr. He lost the first fight, won the second fight. The UK people are behind Conor Benn. I'm not gonna say he's the face of UK. Maybe he's still Anthony Joshua, and I'm hoping that Anthony Joshua is his heart is lighter each and every day. It's unfortunate what happened to his friends. You know what I'm saying? My condolences again go out to his family, friends, and all of that. Let's go. Norman Thomas in the building. BK. Let's go, baby. Let's go. That's my high school right there, Norman Thomas. Now, but since Conor Benn got $15 million, and I've been very outspoken in the past, so I don't want people to come on, man. Yo, Punch, what you trying to say, man? Who cares, man? I just want to see the fight, bro. I don't give a damn, man. Tell Virgil to take that money. Tell Boots to take that money. Take Teo to take that money, man. Tell Devin to take that money, man. They ducking. Tell this one to take that money. Get that $8 million. Get that $9 million. Get that $10 million. Get that $5 million. Get that $11 million. Get that 12, 13. No. Anything lower than $15 million is a low ball offer to Tank, to Ryan, to Haney, to Teo, to Shakur. Anything less than $15 million is a low ball. Yeah, I said it. To this day, Conor Benn have yet won a world title. All he got is the Chris Eubank Jr. And to be honest, that Chris Eubank Jr., it was not really about the legacy of Chris. It was not really about the legacy of Chris, of Chris and Conor. That was the legacy of Senior, Eubank Senior, and Ben, Nigel Benn. They got that because of them. Not because of Conor and not because of Chris. It was all about the last name. But these guys have done their work. Recently, Ryan Garcia. Gervonta Davis been doing his thing. Yeah, I don't give a damn if you're a fan or not. Gervonta Davis, he sells out everywhere. He sells out Washington, D.C., Atlanta, L.A., New York City, Las Vegas. Yeah. So now when Gervonta Davis, y'all remember when Gervonta Davis said this and y'all was laughing at Tank? Y'all remember? What the fuck is Tank talking about? He won 2 Ferraris, bro. What the hell? What the hell Gervonta Davis said he won 2 Ferraris, and Turkey Out Shake responded, Gervonta Davis, 2 Ferrari comments. We would have sent you 2 gloves. That's it. I would not send no damn Ferraris for you. You the one, Devin Haney. You don't get 2 Ferraris. Y'all would have give you 2 gloves. No. Ladies and gentlemen, hell no. In matter of fact, ladies and gentlemen, Gervonta Davis deserved 10 Ferraris plus $20 million plus that $20 million guaranteed to fight Devin Haney, and give him 10 Ferraris now. Yeah. If Conor Benn could get $15 million, which is good, Gervonta Davis asking for 2 Ferraris, he was lowballing himself. Now we know what the money is there. Now we know, damn, okay, Paramount got this. Man, Dana White, TKO, Turkey funded. Okay. 15 minutes of Conor? Let me get 10 Ferraris now. Huh? No. What's 2 Ferraris? Huh? $500,000? That's cheap. That's cheap to give the Tank now. No, give Gervonta Davis 10 Ferraris. All right? 5 Ferraris, 3 Rolls Royce, and give it all the other type of cars that he won. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, $15 million to fight Regis Prograis. $50 million. Let me see what Devin Haney made with Regis Prograis. Hold on. The undisputed lightweight champion of the world. Let me see how much he made. After the Vasily Lomachenko fight, after selling out Las Vegas pay-per-view with Vasily Lomachenko, let me see how much he was worth. Hold on. Devin Haney has revealed that he's set to earn $6 million for his fight versus Regis Prograis December 9th. That's it? Okay, good. Okay, 7. All right, $6 million. And Conor Benn is going to be in the co-main event. Co-main on Netflix. And going to receive $15 million? He said, Baracha, pull up the Conor article for all the non-believers. Double asterisk. $6 million received for Regis Prograis fight. All right, folks. $6 million. Conor Benn $15 million. That's what's reported, right? So no, it's good that Conor Benn is getting $15 million. It's good. You remember this? Y'all remember this? David Benavidez got $6 million to fight Anthony Yard, $2.5 million. Devin Haney, $12 million reported to fight Brian Oman Jr., $3 million. 2 champions. Rodriguez, 1.2. Bam Rodriguez, $1.2 million. Pound for pound, top 4. Mason, $500,000. Devin Haney got $2 million, $12 million. He got $10 million in the fight. I think it was Jose Ramirez in Times Square. Still below. So what I'm saying is, for Shakur Stevenson, for Gervonta Davis, for Devin Haney, I don't give a damn, even for Teofimo Lopez, for Ryan Garcia, $15 million, below $15 million is a lowball offer. And I'm going to keep it consistent. And for those of you that have been following the channel, I said the same thing leading up to Bud Crawford and Earl Spence. I'm all for a good fight. Ladies and gentlemen. But I've been consistent for years. And I bring the receipt. Whoever says no, punch you capping. Raps All Boxing Out is the voice of the UK. London, bro. Bang, bang in the building. What's good, man? Those of you that have been following the channel, y'all can vouch for me. I've been saying it even with the Amanda Serrano versus Katie Taylor. I said, no. I'm cool with Amanda Serrano pulling out from that fight because she deserves more than just $100,000 to fight Katie Taylor in the backyard of Eddie Hearn's mansion. Now, that's a Madison Square Garden. That's a sellout crowd. That's the #1 fight in women boxing. And when she pulled out, 98% of the boxing world felt that Amanda Serrano was wrong. She's scared of Katie Taylor. Nah. I said, nah, man. She can't take that $100,000 because if she take that $100,000, she's never going to be making real money because that's the biggest fight in women boxing history. And guess what? She pulled out 2 fights later. She got the Katie Taylor fight, sold out Madison Square Garden on the zone, Jake Paul, and she got 7 figures. And even by then, 7 figures a low ball. 7 figures a low ball. Rapstar Boxing Knowledge says, so the market changed. So guess what? The negotiation changed. If the market changed, the negotiation changed. If the market changed, the negotiation changes. Ron con los 5 pesos with the $5 super chat. Ben is a megastar in the UK, though. Canelo level punch. You know UK fans pull up to fights there and here in the US as well. I'm going to say this, though. I'm going to say this, and it's true, because I know that Conor Benn is a megastar. I know he's going to be a megastar. I know that. That's why I'm not mad that Conor Benn is getting $15 million. Good looking. I appreciate that, my brother with the $5 super chat. A comprar pizza con Coca-Cola. I'm not mad that Conor Benn is getting $15 million. But because he's getting $15 million, if we're talking about Boots versus Virgil, and they saying that Virgil was going to get $6 million and Boots $6 million, that means $12 million in the pot. That's less than what Conor Benn 15. If we're talking about the matchups, right? Now, look, we could debate if it's just, okay, this much money just to fight anybody. But we're talking about a potential Shakur Stevenson versus Devin Haney. We're talking about potential Shakur Stevenson versus Ryan Garcia. Devin Haney versus Ryan Garcia. People want to see Tank versus Shakur. Teo versus Haney. The whole world of world boxing was getting mad at Teo because he was about to get $8 million to face Devin Haney. $8 million in the whole world. $8 million versus Devin Haney. That's a fight that the world wanted to see. Ryan versus Haney is a fight that the world want to see. Boots versus Virgil was a fight that the world want to see. Tank versus Shakur is a fight that the world want to see. $15 million for any of them is a low ball offer. That's what I'm saying. If Conor, as a co-main, is getting 15, if the market changed, well, everybody negotiations is going to be changing as well. Because let me tell you something about this. Conor Benn, entertainment. He is an entertaining fighter, but he ain't no world champion. And the only highlight of his career is the Chris Eubank Jr. fight. You telling me with all the accomplishment that Devin Haney, 3-division world champion, undisputed, Teofimo Lopez, 2-time lineal champion, Shakur Stevenson, 4-division world champion, two-division lineal champion, Ryan Garcia, now a world champion, Gervonta Davis has been a world champion, a pay-per-view star, and have sold out all these arenas. Gervonta Davis deserved 10 Ferraris. Yeah. Yes. Yes. Again, what I was trying to say back then, this is me. I'll keep it consistent. Yeah, I'm all for a good fight, but I don't want these fighters also to get jerked. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it here. Damn. The other phone. I got to charge my other phone. Hold on. I'm going to show y'all. Just remind me, y'all. I've been consistent with this. When Bud Crawford and Earl Spence, I said, Bud, Earl Spence do not fight each other unless you get $20 million a piece guaranteed. I did a video just like that. Because there was rumors that Bud was just going to get 10 million, 12, 15 million. No. If that's the #1 fight in the sport of boxing, I got to be more than that. Our American fighters need a dancing partner, though. But Conor Benn needed a dancing partner as well. He needed, but it wasn't even about Conor Benn. It was about the fathers. You know what I'm saying? See, but Conor Benn is getting this $15 million. And look, Regis Prograis is a former champion, but Regis Prograis is on the downhill. Let's be honest. No disrespect to Regis Prograis. I like Regis Prograis as a family man, as a champion. He's a real one and stuff like that. I like Regis Prograis. I think that Regis Prograis and bare knuckle fighting could be the champion. Could be one of the best fighters, to be honest. I want to see Regis Prograis and bare knuckle fighting. But to get $15 million to fight Regis Prograis. So how much Conor Benn was supposed to be making if he was going to be fighting Ryan Garcia? What was going to be making if he was going to fight Rolly Romero? What could it be making if he's fighting Devin Haney? If fighters know and managers know now that there is money on the table to get $15 million as a co-main event for Netflix, then these other fighters and these other managers and advisors are going to be like, nah, man, there's money. Nah. And see, this is why a lot of people was mad at PBC, Al Heyman, right? A lot of people in the industry was mad at Al Heyman, promoters. We heard guys like a lot of people do respect Rick Glazier in this community when they said that Al Heyman effed up the market. He started overpaying these fighters, and then other fighters felt that that their value should go up as well. Don't get mad now. Keep that same energy. If you was mad at Al Heyman and PBC overpaying these fighters, effing up the market, then guess what? Be mad at Turkey. But you're not mad at Turkey. Be mad at Dana. You're not mad at Dana. I know the UFC fighters are mad. Damn, Conor Benn. A lot of these UFC fighters saying, I don't know who's Conor Benn. How the hell, man? What the fuck? I don't know who's Conor Benn. What the fuck? How he's getting $15 million? You know what I'm saying? You are just as good. Your value is just as good as you negotiate, or just as much. Shout out to Keith Connolly. Again, wrong. Accomplishment don't add up for the money. You're right. And see, this is why there's fighters out there that says belts don't mean nothing. The business is telling these fighters that accomplishment is not valuable. Think about it. Devin Haney is more accomplished than Ryan Garcia. Teofimo Lopez is more accomplished than Ryan Garcia. But in the Times Square card, who was main event? And it was not about selling gates. It was not about selling it was not about selling tickets, because there was no tickets sold. It was in Times Square where Turkey Al Sheikh invited friends. So it was not about, okay, let me respect him. Let me put value of those who actually accomplish. No, it was reported that Ryan Garcia made $20 million versus Rolly Romero and was headlining a closed pay-per-view event, right? Devin Haney got what, $10 million to face Jose Ramirez, reported, and Teofimo Lopez $3 million, something like that, reported. So you're telling the world and you're telling them, if this ain't the fans no more, the business of boxing has indirectly told the fighters that being a champion is not worth it. It's not worth it for your brand. It's not worth it. Ladies and gentlemen, it doesn't even matter if Ryan Garcia would have had the title. If they announced that Devin Haney versus Ryan Garcia is next without the WBC world title around the waist of Ryan Garcia, the value of that fight will be just the same. Just the same, the value. Now, of course, for the sport fans, okay, the unification bout, it's a legacy fight. But in terms of money, the rematch between Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney doesn't need a belt, and Ryan doesn't need a belt. Good looking out, man. Appreciate you, Hrong, with the $5 super chat. So, why everybody was mad at Al Heyman before? Why everybody was mad at PBC? Can y'all remind me why people was mad at PBC? Pay-per-view. Well, they say that we was not going to get pay-per-view, but guess what? Even Turkey Al Sheikh said that They're going to eliminate pay-per-view. Guess what? We still got pay-per-view. We do have fights that we got to pay for that we don't want to see, right? Or we didn't ask for. I get it. Let's be real. One of the biggest fights, right, that was marketed was Canelo Alvarez versus Bud Crawford. But the boxing world didn't ask for that fight. That fight was shoved in our mouth. Let's be real. Let's be honest. That fight was shoved. We had no choice but to really just watch and respect, you know. We did see Canelo Alvarez versus William Skull, right? We had to pay for that too, right? Remember? William Skull, Canelo? We had to pay for that shit. We had to pay. Ryan should get 15 million. Devin should get 6.5 million because Ryan is the A side and sells more. No, bang, bang. I'm sorry, no. Devin Haney should get 20 million and Ryan Garcia should get 25 million. Nothing less than $15 million. No, I'm saying it right now. None of those guys should accept anything lower than $15 million. I'm not. No. No. The money is there. Just like I said with Bud Crawford and look. I'm going to keep the same energy. Look, watch. Watch this, folks. Keeping the same energy. I'm not switching on my stance. I'm not switching on my value and how I see certain things in the sport of boxing. Watch this. Watch this. Give me a shot. Watch this. Let me see. I'm gonna find the video right quick. I'm gonna find the video right quick as a receipt. Hold on, let me see. I find it. Was it Spence fans on live? No. Give me a second. Smash that like button. Hold on. 20. Where is that? Damn, I do so much videos. Okay. No. Give me a second. What's that video, man? What's that video? Hold on. Ryan, the cash cow again. All these guys should be the cash cow, but Ryan Garcia is in the driver's seat right now. He's in that driver's seat right now. He's in that driver's seat. Pity party. Where's that video, bro? 2 division. No. Michael Garcia, Crawford. Earl Spence told fans, F yourself. Spence needs to stay. Kryptonite. Car accident. The engine. Spence decline. Guaranteed, no? Fans need to stop begging. Hold on. I think I almost got it. Damn, I did a lot of videos. Crawford, enough is enough with consistent leverage. All leverage negotiations. No. Fuck the casual pay-per-view. There you go. Found it. Found it. Listen to what I said. I'm gonna tell you like this. Earl the True Spence. Anything less than 20 mil is a low ball offer. Is a spit in the face, slap in the face offer. Anything less than 20 mil. And if you accept anything less than 20 mil a piece, they gonna get it. You know who's name? Earl Spence not accepting anything less than 20 mil versus Bookrow. During the negotiations. I said both of them. What's good, Mill City? What's good, my brother? I said no. I said both Bud, no Earl Spence should accept anything less than 20 mil. Has Earl Spence ever made more than 20 mil before that fight? Has Bud? No. But I knew there's money on the table. And if they don't get it, everybody else is going to get it. Everybody else is going to get it, ladies and gentlemen. The budget is there. If the budget is there to give Conor Benn $15 million to fight Regis Prograis, then the budget is there to give a Ryan Garcia over $20 to $30 million and Devin Haney over $20, $30 million guaranteed for that fight right there. For that fight. Tank versus Shakur, $30 million guaranteed a piece. Yes. Everybody's talking about this new money, $7.7 billion. Paramount. They also in business with the Netflix and stuff like that. Yeah. Boots versus Virgil. Man, don't be throwing no pennies to their face. Nah, Virgil, we heard that you might get $12 million to fight Boots. No. Virgil gets 20 to fight Boots, and Boots get 22. Is that the fight that we want to see? If Conor Benn could get $15 million for Regis Prograis, give Virgil, at least give Virgil $17 million and Boots $16-17 million. You ain't gonna give no Virgil Ortiz to fight Boots Ennis less than $15 million. Sorry. No. Nah, but you got to understand, Punch, that Conor Benn, you know what I'm saying? Conor Benn is making, he's from the UK and he going to get supported. That matchup is going to get supported just like a Conor Benn is supported in the UK. You understand what I'm trying to say? Those fights are going to get supported just like Conor Benn individually is supported out there in the UK. If there's $15 million for Conor Benn and Regis Prograis as a co-main event to a Tyson Fury fight, well, damn it, there's money for Ryan versus Shakur, Devin versus Ryan rematch. You think a Devin versus Ryan rematch is anything less than $20 million a piece? Nope. Anything lower than $15 million for these accomplished fighters is a low ball offer. Y'all agree or disagree? Y'all expect, after watching Conor Benn, you expect Ryan to get less than $15 million? Do you expect Shakur to get less than a 4-division world champion sold out Madison Square Garden with Teofimo Lopez? You think that, and what did Shakur get to fight Teo? And there to be great. $10 million. Shakur got reported $10 million to face Teo. $10 million to face Shakur. And Conor Benn, $15 million to face Prograis? Nah, man. No. If I hear Virgil saying, nah, I want to fight Boots because, what? They gave me $10 million. The Boots is like, nah, what? $6-7 million? Nah, I'm going to agree with them. I'm going to agree with them. I can't be mad. And we're going to sit here as boxing fans saying, man, they ducking. In the end of the day, it's a business, bro. In the end of the day. You telling me if you go to your job and you're doing something, the same thing, right? Let's say whatever you do in your job, your occupation, whatever you do, and they say, you know what? Okay, now you got to do this more, and this more, right? And you're gonna get, and I'm gonna give you $1 raise. And here comes this newbie, right? He worked vacational. He did one day and he did a great job. He did a great job vacational, right? But it's not the type of job that nobody else is gonna do, right? That somebody else can't do, right? He just did a wonderful job. While you were sick or whatever, something like that, he came through, he did the job. But he gets permanent and he gets way more than you. And he's going to do way less than you. You're going to be like, what the fuck is going on? I put in all this work and you're going to only give me a dollar raise? You're going to give this guy a salary way over? You're going to give this guy a salary? You're going to give this guy $50,000 more than my own salary? Conor Benn is good. I like Conor Benn. Conor Benn is highly entertaining. But all Conor Benn has is the Chris Eubank fight. And the Chris Eubank, like we the same community that like to say, yo, but Tank, you know what I'm saying? He gave Ryan Garcia the rehydration clause and catch weight, man. That shit don't count. Why does Conor Benn versus Chris Eubank Jr. count? Come on, let's be real, let's be honest. There's a lot of people that be shitting on Gervonta Davis beating Ryan Garcia when we say that Gervonta Davis wins have aged better than any other wins, any other fighter of this generation. Let's be real, let's be honest. Gervonta Davis wins have aged better than any of the fighters within his contemporaries, right? Of this generation. But there's so many people that will go back and say, yeah, he beat Ryan Garcia, but that shit was rehydration and a catch weight. So you tell me, what has Conor Benn done? What has he done? Sorry for the mis-English sentences and shit like that. You know, English is my second language. Huh? What has Conor Benn done? I said, what has Conor Benn? What has Conor Benn done? What has Conor Benn? What has he done? He beat Chris Eubank Jr. Is Chris Eubank Jr. even a champion or former champion? No. So it's not like he put somebody in rehydration. Yeah, he done nothing. It's not like Conor Benn put somebody in rehydration and shit like that. You see your secret is safe here. You Floyd Mayweather on the Breakfast Club. Punch you, motherfucker. You're non-English speaking motherfucker. Josh Kelly looking for a fight. And he's like, yo, does any champions want to fight me? Josh Kelly probably saying, hey, yo, damn, this is my dream. I've made it. I made it. I'm a champion. Does anybody want to unify with me? Hey, Xander. Hey, Devin. I mean, you calling out Xander. Why don't you call me out? Virgil, I'm here. Boots, I'm here. Does anybody want my world? I think it's frustrating for certain fighters. And there's one thing that I said about Teofimo Lopez a while ago. I could see the frustration of Teofimo Lopez just like I'm seeing the frustration of Josh Kelly right now. Your dream is to become a world champion. And you think by becoming a world champion, you're going to get all the glory, all the praise, high risk, high reward. Josh Kelly beat the boogeyman in Bakram. But yet we're still talking about the Virgil and the Boots and Xander's Eyes and Devin and the Fundura and Thurman. Of course, that's going to be a fight. People don't want to talk about Josh Kelly, but Bakram was being shamed by everybody. And as soon as when Josh Kelly beats Bakram, because I know if Virgil would have beaten Bakram, oh shit. If Boots would have beaten Bakram, oh, he beat the big yo, Boots. But Josh Kelly did it, and it was like, shh. Nah. If anybody at 154 would have beaten Bakram, people would look at that person that beat Bakram as the number one at 154. Let's be real, let's be honest. Bakram was the boogeyman. At 154, Bakram is the boogeyman, the Terminator. Hey, yo, people was about to look at Bakram the way they was looking at Beterbiev in 175. But because Josh Kelly beat him, where's the praise for Josh Kelly? What's happening? Why Conor Benn don't call out Josh Kelly? Nobody's even holding Conor Benn accountable. He'd rather go to 147 and fight Rolly Romero. Regis Prograis. Because at least we heard Conor Benn and Ryan, Conor Benn and Devin, Conor Benn and Rolly. We ain't even heard no Conor Benn versus Regis Prograis. So you're gonna go all the way and look, it's gonna be a catch weight. Why don't Conor? How about this? Netflix, you put Josh Kelly versus Conor Benn in the co-main event of Tyson Fury, and that is more of a fight. Okay, give him $15 million for that. Again, I'm not hating on the $15 million because with that $15 million, now I know that all these guys is worth more than $15 million. Anything is a low ball offer. Do y'all agree? Do y'all agree? Do y'all agree now? Hold on. Is 2 Ferrari too much to ask? I even think that Gervonta Davis is lowballing himself, asking Turkey Al-Sheikh for 2 Ferraris. He should ask for 15. Now that we know that fucking Conor Benn is getting $15 million, Gervonta Davis should ask for 15 Ferraris now. And nobody should get mad. Nobody should be mad. Everybody should be like, yo, I think, hey, yo, Turkey, give Tank the 15 for the 15 Ferraris so we could get the Devin Haney fight. Yeah. Yo, Turkey, give Tank. Yes. Everybody now should be like, yo, Dana, Turkey, Peter Khan, give Gervonta Davis 15 Ferraris so we could get the negotiation all the way to get a Tank versus Haney or a Tank versus Shakur. He deserves it. Yes, he does. Yes, he does. It's not a joke. It's not funny anymore. It's not. I think they should give him. They should give him 15 Ferraris. Because 2 Ferrari is lowballing himself. He should ask for more now. Yesterday's price is not today's price. Yesterday's value is not today's value. And ladies and gentlemen, if you match Gervonta Davis up with anybody, is a sellout. Is a sellout event. Tank Shakur, sellout. Biggest fight in the sport of boxing. Even a Tank versus Ryan. Hey, yo, put it this way. Even a Tank versus Ryan rematch, and they be like, you know, when Gervonta Davis says, you know what, I'm not even going to put you in a let's get a catch weight. I won't put you in a rehydration clause. As a matter of fact, I take that same deal that you had for Shakur that you said that you could make 144. I'm good with that. Which one you want? You want to get the catch weight? Well, get that catch weight, no rehydration clause. Or you could fight at 147 and an 8-pound rehydration clause. What you want, Ryan? 144 rehydration clause? Or no rehydration clause? Tank can't go over 137. It don't matter. All I'm saying is, better give that Tank the 15 Ferraris now. Anything is a low ball, bro. Not all these matchup is $20 million a piece or above. We've heard it before. We heard the Mayweather getting his guarantee, Canelo Alvarez getting his guarantee. I don't give a damn, yo. They gave Canelo Alvarez how much? Over $100 million? Over $100 million? Nah. It was what we heard, $80 million to fight William Score in Saudi Arabia. $80 million to Canelo Alvarez to fight William Score? And you're going to give Virgil Ortiz how much to fight Boots? Nah, man. You're going to give these guys $17 million plus. Think about it. Virgil Ortiz, remember, we heard that it was a $16 to $20 million deal, 3-fight deal. Virgil Ortiz. And the first fight is going to be Jerome Boots Ennis. Hey, yo, a matter of fact, all this shit that's happening with Virgil Ortiz and Golden Boy Promotion is actually good. It's good because now they could sit back and renegotiate all these numbers. Virgil Ortiz was about to sign a $16 to $20 million 3-fight deal with Matchroom. Rick and all these guys said that the report says that wasn't the only offer that was given to Virgil Ortiz. So Virgil Ortiz was going to sign a $16 to $20 million deal, 3-fight deal, and Conor Benn gets $15 million for one fight. And the first fight for Virgil Ortiz was going to be probably one of the 3 biggest fights in America, because I believe that the biggest fight in America is still Canelo Alvarez versus David Benavidez if that ever happens. Ryan Garcia versus Devin Haney, or even Shakur Stevenson, right? Boots versus Virgil. And anything that Tank's name is attached to one of these fighters, if it's Tank Teo, if it's Tank Shakur, Tank Devin Haney, that's still the biggest fight, one of the most lucrative events in the sport of boxing. So now I want to know how things are going to be moving forward. Because now I don't see none of these guys accepting anything less. Maybe I could see maybe Teo, because Teo not getting the $15 million because he did lose to Shakur, right? And all these guys have momentum. Ryan got momentum. Devin got momentum. Shakur got momentum. So how are you going to get paid the 15? Unless if it's a person like you're going to be fighting, even though if Teo fights Devin, it's still a fight that we all want to see. It's not like he got manhandled by Shakur. He just got jabbed to death. But if you're going to match these guys up, guarantee $20 million a piece, nothing less than $20 million. I don't see none of these guys getting less than $20 million. I don't even think they should, because they're going to be looking at Conor Benn's situation. What y'all think? What y'all think, folks? Come on, David Benavidez just got $6 million to face Anthony Yarde. Conor Benn ain't even close to a pound for pound list. Conor Benn never been a champion. Conor Benn never been a champion, not even close. I don't even think that Conor Benn is in the top 25 pound for pound list. I even think, to be honest, that Kid Austin's win is more of a significant win than any of the Conor Benn. He said, I don't get the selection of Regis Prograis. I don't either. It's either that Regis Prograis is good enough to, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes I want to know how much Regis Prograis is getting paid off this fight. You know what I'm saying? And maybe they found a person that would take way less, because I ain't see that coming either. I mean, let's be honest. I don't think a lot of people saw Conor Benn leaving Matchroom either. I don't think that nobody saw that coming. I don't think nobody saw that coming either. I don't think nobody saw that coming either. Hey, yo, if y'all don't follow me right now on Kick, we live on Kick, we live on X. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be live on Rumble as well. You know what I'm saying? We got to hit all the platforms. You know what I'm saying? YouTube, we slacking on YouTube, so you know the support is very slowing down on YouTube. So we really gotta build. Punch Drunk gotta, you know what I'm saying? We gotta build everywhere else. You know what I'm saying? YouTube is really we're slowing down on YouTube. So follow us. I'm gonna be more on, I'm gonna be try to be more on Kick and Rumble. Still going live on X. You know what I'm saying? Still doing the YouTube and shit like that, but I don't think I get the respect that I deserve in YouTube. So we gotta look for a community that's gonna be highly loyal and gonna stay engaged with the work. So follow me also on Kick. I just started my account on Kick, and I was about to go live on Rumble, but I don't know how to put the Rumble thing. I gotta figure that thing out. He said, "Stop mixing it up." What you mean, stop mixing it up? What you mean? What you mean? Well, keep it unbiased, logically, and objectively. I just should stay on one lane and talk about one thing. Because when you mix it up, it's over. When you mix it up, what you mean? What you mean if I mix it up is over? He said yes. Oh, yeah. It is. It does mess up the algorithm. I did studies on that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you're talking about, for example, if I'm talking about Shakur T.O., and it picks up and it stays. And when you start talking about, just like I did the other day, and I started talking about JoJo and Winoya, then it messes the algorithm. Also, if I add Spanish in it, it can mess up also as well. Punch, what is Tank best win? Tank best win is accumulation of wins, in my opinion. I think Tank's best win at the time is not what you call the best win. Overtime is when it's appreciated. And I think that's the issue with Gervonta Davis. So when I say his best win, in my opinion, Leo Santa Cruz was a great win. Leo Santa Cruz at the time was on people's pound for pound list, number 10. I think that was a great win when he went to the 140-pound division and beat Mario and knocked out Mario Barrios. I think it's a great win. I think that was a great win. I think that the Frank Martin knockout is a great win. I think the Rolly Romero aged well. That's a good win because Rolly Romero did beat Ryan Garcia. And look at Ryan Garcia now. Gervonta Davis power. Now, I'm not talking about physical power, but his name and his brand and your name attached to Gervonta Davis, even in the losing end, you could be a pay-per-view star. That's how big Gervonta Davis is. To be honest, we got to keep it honest. We just saw 2 pay-per-view events with fighters that was attached to Gervonta Davis. If it wasn't for Tank Davis, Pitbull Cruz versus Lamar Roach would not be a pay-per-view event. Mario Barrios versus Ryan Garcia. If it wasn't for Tank, bro. These are outside of Lamar Roach because that's a draw, but the rest of these guys lost to Gervonta Davis and they become stars. 2 pay-per-view events because their name is attached to Tank. Tank don't have to promote himself. Tank don't got to do all the social media run-ins. He don't got to do all the streams. Gervonta Davis, to be honest, is the most quiet out of the bunch. Demon Pete. The only reason he got 15 million is because Dana White wanted to steal Conor from Eddie Hearn. He wants to take over the UK boxing market. Hey, there's value in it. Just because put it this way, good looking out. But just based off that, he wanted to steal it from them. That means that when you steal something, it's because there's value in it. So at the end of the day, it's still value with Conor Benn. You don't steal nothing that doesn't have any value, right? Think about it. Does anybody steal anything that's free? Like, I'm gonna go into they're giving, let's say for example, when you go to a mall and you go to one of them Chinese stands and they always got the sample, the orange chicken sample, or the General TSO sample. Here you doing? You doing sample here? Doing simple. You don't go over there and just snatch it and run. It's free. But it's value in Conor Benn. It's value in Conor Benn. It's value. So you know what I'm saying. Even if Dana White stole, and I don't think he stole it, because at the end of the day, he's a free agent. You're not stealing anybody. He's not Eddie Hearns. You know, by saying stealing, I think I feel sorry for Conor Benn when people still say, "Oh, he stole him from him," because it's like y'all trying to say that Conor Benn is Eddie Hearns' property. It's not. Eddie Hearn is a promoter. If he really put it this way, and I'm gonna say this, I said it before, and I said it in one of the videos as well. Yo, promoters, don't get mad. Like I'm hearing Frank Warren also say that I feel for Eddie Hearn and I side with Eddie Hearn. Side with Eddie Hearn and what? Because Conor Benn is a free agent and he could sign to whoever he wants to sign? What's wrong with these people? Huh? Hey, yo, put it this way. All the media folks that's listening on right now, the few that are listening, ask these promoters this question. When they're talking about fighters leaving and loyalty and stuff like that, how Eddie Hearn was talking about Richardson Hitchens, like Eddie Hearn was talking about Conor Benn. Has Eddie Hearn, Barry Hearn, Matchroom Boxing, Matchroom Sport has given Conor Benn the opportunity to have shares with Matchroom, meaning give Conor Benn 15% of Matchroom Boxing or Matchroom Sports? Have any promoter approached their fighters talking about loyalty, right? Let's say Golden Boy Promotions. Oh, Virgil Ortiz should be loyal to Golden Boy Promotions. Okay, how about you give Virgil Ortiz or give him an opportunity to buy into your company? Buy 15%, 10%. Does any fighter in Matchroom owns Matchroom? Hey, Anthony Joshua has done a lot for Matchroom Boxing. Does Anthony Joshua owns a piece of Matchroom Boxing? So when these people talking about loyalty in this, what's the loyalty in that? If I've risked my life, yeah, you gave me the opportunity, but at the end of the day, I'm still a fighter. It's not like you just giving me an opportunity and you just giving money, you just putting money in my pocket. No, I'm actually fighting and risking my life where I could die, I could be paralyzed for it. And let's be honest. Let's be real. Let's be honest. Promoter, stop acting like you putting 100% of your money out of your pocket to do something. No, the network is giving you a budget, and the shit that y'all risking is the budget, is the network money. That's what y'all risking. Y'all not risking. Ain't none of y'all going bankrupt. Ain't none of y'all losing shit. Fuck's y'all talking about? Conor Benn was making these deals with Chris Eubank Jr. also, and it was also funded by Turkey Al Sheikh. So stop acting, that Conor Benn should be loyal. Loyal to what, bro? I can understand, bro. All right, you help somebody out and stuff like that. And look, I'm all for loyalty. You know what I'm saying? That's one of my morals and principles. Matter of fact, in my life, I think I've been too loyal for my own good. As a matter of fact, I'm in a situation right now where I'm too loyal for my own good. As a matter of fact, I'm in a situation right now where I'm actually losing. My life has become a little harder right now because I'm too loyal for my own good. Because when you have it, you want to help out this person. You want to do this for this person. You want to help out this person and this person. And then when you helping this person and doing money se va. Because you know when, let me tell you something about the have-nots. The have-not has a heart for the other have-nots. And when you have it and somebody asks you or you looking to help, and okay, oh yeah, of course, man, because somebody has helped me as well. You understand what I'm saying? So when somebody asks for help, because I've been helped before, boom, yeah, bang, 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 and then something could happen. You need to pay something for a boiler I had to pay for. I had to pay for something, and then it's like, oh shit, money is running low. Damn. How did it get to this point? Oh, I helped out this person and this person and this person. And the people that you help out, bro, don't even have enough to help you out. And now you're like, damn. I'm grateful that God blessed me for me to be helped when I was down and for me to help others when they down. But then you just can't help everybody all the time. You know what I'm saying? You can't help us. You can't help out when you're not all the way good as well. That's why I wish I was all the way good. And I want to help the fucking world. But it gets to the point where, damn, even the people that you help out, they turn around and then they can't even help you out. But anyway. But when it comes to boxing, Conor Benn, yeah. Oh, we done this for Conor Benn, and we was there for Conor Benn when he was going through the you know, when he popped dirty for this and the WBC and the BCC, the British Border Control, whatever they want to, you know, because you know the egg shit, right? But why Matchroom and Eddie Hearn acting like you wasn't protecting your investment? Why y'all acting like y'all wasn't going to put Chris Eubank Jr. in the ring with a dirty Conor Benn? Loyalty. Ladies and gentlemen, who is the god brother of Chris Eubank Jr.? Who is, talk about loyalty? Matchroom, y'all want to talk about loyalty? Who is the brother-in-law of Chris Eubank Jr.? In the early 90s, what was the fighter? Thank you. Who's Frank Smith? Who's Frank Smith? Who's Frank Smith? These motherfuckers talking about loyalty, bruh. They talk about loyalty. Who's Frank? Tell him he is. Tell him is. Hold on. Tell him is. Who's Frank Smith? Tell him is. These motherfuckers talking about loyalty. See, this is what the other medias ain't even talking about. Thank you, President of Matchroom. So think about this, folks. Think about this, folks. They talk about loyalty, right? Frank Smith, the president of Matchroom Boxing, is going against Chris Eubank Jr., the husband of Chris Eubank Jr.'s sister. The husband, right? The son-in-law of Chris Eubank Sr. And they talk about loyalty, but you know what they say? You know what Frank Smith will say? It's business, though. So when Conor Benn is making his business decision, these motherfuckers are saying they not loyalty, the things that I've done. You guys went against the family that helped build Matchroom Boxing. Matchroom. Chris Eubank Sr. helped build Matchroom Boxing. Frank Smith is married to the Eubanks. But y'all don't care. Y'all go against. Y'all talk shit about Chris Eubank Jr. and his dad. And when his dad said, I don't want my son fighting in this situation, y'all was about to put Conor Benn in the ring with Chris Eubank Jr., everything hushed up while everybody knows that he popped dirty, but because somebody squealed to the Daily Mail, that's when the fight was put to dead. If nobody never snitched to the Daily Mail, that fight was going to go through with Conor Benn being popped dirty. Y'all didn't give a damn about Chris Eubank Jr. Y'all didn't give a damn about his health. Y'all didn't care. So please, miss me with the bullshit, Matchroom Boxing, Eddie Hearn and Barry Hearn. You guys are not loyal to the Eubanks. Frank Smith, not loyal. So I don't want to hear this loyal talk. What goes around, comes around. What goes around, comes around. Why nobody, hey, yo, Jonathan, why nobody explained it just how I explained it? Why no media folk has explained this shit? Why no media platforms, when they're interviewing Eddie Hearn, why nobody says, yo, Eddie Hearn, talking about loyalty. Are y'all loyalty to the Chris Eubanks? When Chris Eubanks Sr. is pleading, please do not have my son. Come on, I've done so much for Matchroom. I've helped build. I've helped y'all become the empire that y'all are in the sport of boxing. It only takes one fighter. It only takes that one fighter. And I'm asking you guys, hey, you, Frank Smith, you're part of my family. Don't put my son in a situation like this because it's a life or death sport. The Matchroom Boxing was loyal to the Eubanks. Was Smith loyal to Eubank? And that's his brother-in-law. No. Boxing is the Wild Wild West. It's a gangster's playground. So no. If Frank Smith, who is married to Chris Eubank Jr.'s sister, if they didn't give a fuck about Chris Eubank, nor he gives a fuck about what could happen to his brother-in-law in the ring, they ain't never gave a shit about Conor Benn. Conor Benn is a piece of meat. They try to use this guilty trips on Conor Benn. No, Conor Benn didn't make the right decisions, because if Conor Benn would have lost that fight, again, the rematch and another fight, you could easily rip his contract apart. Let's be real, let's be honest. I know boxing contracts. Jonathan Simon said, people never understood the disdain of Junior towards Eddie Hearn. Since you bought it out, now we know. Yeah. But you know what it is? This is the problem, though. This is the problem. I'm glad that we have a platform like YouTube and other boxing content creators that doesn't have an affiliation directly to promoters and shit like that. I understand why certain people can't get in the circle, because none of these media folk will say that to Eddie Hearn. Loyalty. When Matchroom Boxing talks about loyalty, is the most disrespectful shit to anybody's ears. They're in no position. They're in no moral position to talk about loyalty, bro. And I like Eddie Hearn as a promoter. I love the way that he goes out there and promote his fighter. He's doing his job. He's doing his job. But Matchroom Boxing, Eddie Hearn, it is in no moral position to talk about loyalty. Because loyalty would have been like, you know what? It's wrong. It's wrong. I won't want to have my brother-in-law in this situation, because my brother-in-law is already dehydrated, is on a catch weight. Remember the first fight, what it was going to be? Remember the first fight? It was going to be 158 pounds. Y'all remember? And y'all was going to have him in a catch weight, rehydration clause, and Conor Benn was going to step inside the ring dirty. And when Chris Eubanks Sr. said, you guys are trying to kill my son, and people was laughing. People didn't want to take him serious because we're the boxing fans. We just want to see the fight. Matchroom Boxing wouldn't even give a fuck. Frank Smith wouldn't give a damn for the dollar that Chris Eubank Jr. would have died in that ring. Yet Chris Eubank Sr. is the one that helped build Matchroom Boxing as an entertainer, as a fighter, as a performer. Just like without Mayweather, Tank Davis helped sustain Mayweather Promotions. Punch, don't get it twisted. Nigel Benn wasn't high either with that situation between Junior and Conor because the dads knew what was going on because they've been through it in their career. Facts, Jonathan. No facts. But in the end of the day, these guys are in power position. His brother-in-law is in power position to say no. How can he be invited to a Christmas or Thanksgiving? How? But what I'm saying is loyalty. Loyalty is the last shit. Let me tell you like this, ladies and gentlemen, when it comes to the sport of boxing, loyalty. If you're trying to find loyalty in boxing, you're in the wrong place. You in the wrong place. If you think that you're going to find loyalty in boxing, let me tell you like this. In boxing, I keep on saying it, you better learn how to swim with sharks and slither with the snakes. That's boxing. Boxing is a pimp and hoe game. It's never going to change. Boxing is mafioso enterprise. And when in the sport of boxing, you can bring all that dirty money into the sport of boxing and wash your money up. In the sport of boxing, let me tell you like this. I'm gonna give you my true opinion, and I know a lot of people is scared to say this opinion. They're gonna be scared of this opinion because I'm just Punch Wrong Boxing. You know, I say things that people want to say, but they don't want to say it. Boxing is the same place where you can have Daniel Cunningham in the sport of boxing. Shit ain't changed. MTK. Maybe Top Rank was hard to get another deal from ESPN because they was in bed with Danny Cunningham. And allegedly, his reputation, he's one of the most wanted men in the world. And ESPN is Disney. And they didn't want to affiliate with Top Rank anymore because Top Rank was affiliated with Josh Taylor Undisputed, Tyson Fury. Ladies and gentlemen, the reason why there's certain fights that couldn't happen was because ESPN allegedly told Top Rank, we don't want to deal with any fighters that deals with MTK, that dealt with MTK, or what's the other name? What's the other name after MTK? What's the other name? What's the other name? What's the other name? Starts with a P. Give me a second. Give me a second. Hold on, give me a second. Give me a second. What was the other? Let me see. What's the other name? What's the other name? I'm trying to find it. Ah, yes. Probellum. You know Probellum? There was a memo out there sent that ESPN and Top Rank was not allowed to do business with Probellum fighters. Thus, Maloney couldn't face Nonito Donaire. Because at the time, Nonito Donaire was with Probellum, Richard Schaefer. That was affiliated with who? Probellum was affiliated with what? With whom? Josh Taylor had to detach himself from that. Tyson Fury didn't want to answer those type of questions. ESPN was like, well, we're not going to renew that contract, man. We're in contract. Mr. Bobby, but we're not going to renew that contract until you wash your hands with that dirty person over there. You know what I'm saying? Yo, let me say it like this, man. Boxing is boxing. Y'all think YouTube boxing is thing? Once you put this shit together, man, I know I'm a drunk in the mic. I know people don't. I know shit that I be saying, it goes over people's head. I know y'all, some people don't want to be like, yo, shut the F up. You drunk. You obnoxious. You loud. You don't know nothing. You don't know the business of boxing. Punch. You know how many times I get there, but you know who I get it from? The people that actually gets me. People that tell me that shit, or hey, Punch, you don't know the business of boxing. You know, you're. But when y'all contact me, it's because you know that I got it. They know that I got it. Just like I said 2 years ago that Turkey Al Sheikh was going to snatch the rug underneath all these promoters. And many people saying, why you be hating Turkey? Why you be hating Turkey? No, it's not about, I'm not hating on Turkey. I'm just letting y'all know what's going to happen, bro. Any motherfucker that been in the street understand the play, bro. I could see this shit. I could be staying in the stoop and see the play. Hey, yo, this guy's going to take over the block. Yeah, oh shit. Shit is about to be moving right now. You know what I'm saying? Oh shit. You know what I'm saying? It's a matter of time. It's a matter of time. I told you he was playing chess. I said time and time again that Turkey Al Sheikh took the blueprint of Al Heyman. I told y'all. I said that this situation is PBC on steroids. I told y'all. But the thing is, people just wanted to, oh, shut the fuck up, Punch. Turkey is not PBC and Al Heyman. Reha season and all this ring. Yeah. Yeah, just like PBC 2015, they wanted to get their own belt, remember? They wanted to shoo. Remember they had problem with the WBO? They was not respecting the belt federation as well. Y'all remember that? 2015, go do your fucking research. PBC wanted to get their own belt, just like Sufa is about to get their own belt. Oh, you don't know what? Remember what shout out to Al Heyman, but Al Heyman was a Golden Boy Promotions, and what he did, snatched that rug underneath Golden Boy Promotions and took all the fighters. Y'all forgot about that? And I kept on saying that Turkey, kept on saying Turkey's Al Sheikh, he's gonna snatch the rug underneath these promoters. He's gonna snatch the rug underneath. And I was seeing, I say, yo, this man is young. He's even within his interviews, certain interviews, he's giving y'all signs what he's about to do. He said, nah, he do way more than PBC ever did. And that's what I mean, that people, listen, Conquest. I said, this is PBC on steroids. So yes, it's way more. Listen to what I just said. Listen to the videos last year, my brother. I said, you saying, nah, he do way more than PBC. Dude, that's why I called them PBC on steroids. That's what I meant. More money, more power. More money, way more power. And he's doing it in a different way, I believe so. This is just my opinion. It's not a coincidence. Or is it a coincidence that all these promotional companies can't lock in a promotional deal? Isn't it a coincidence that Paramount, that was Showtime, they X'd out the sport department. They ain't want to do no deals with PBC or no other sports, Bellator or nothing like that. They didn't want to do nothing with them. But Paramount secured a $7.7 billion deal, and now they got all these sports. Why would we give PBC a contract if we already got this shit down the pipeline? 2 years ago, 2023, I did a live November, and I was talking about this in the aftermath of David Benavidez versus Demetrius Andre. And I was saying shit, and people was like, shut the fuck up. Who cares about Donald Trump and all that? I said, Donald Trump is coming back to the sport of boxing. But it's not how you guys think he was going to come. I said there's going to be some politicians that's going to be that they're going to look at the landscape of the sport of boxing. Or you think that Donald Trump's power is not behind certain thing that Dana White is doing in terms of the sport of boxing? I said this in 2023, December 2023, in one of my lives. I think it was 2024. I'm sorry, 2024. 2024. The month after December, the month after Demise Andre versus David Benavidez. And people was laughing. In my chat, people was laughing. I was saying Captain Orange. I said Captain Orange is going to be back in the sport of boxing. Do y'all research. Do y'all research. I said there's going to be some politicians from Florida that's going to be hooking up with Dana. Or you think this Muhammad Ali act going to Congress and all that stuff, you think that just, man, they was ahead of the game and only dumb people like me knew about this shit. I said the Boots and Virgil Ortiz fight is not going to be happening. I said Golden Boy Promotions still haven't secured a deal. I've been saying this for years. Golden Boy Promotions haven't secured a multi-year exclusive deal. They've been working 5x5 basis. They've been working 5x5 basis. And y'all would have known that if y'all would have listened to the interview I had with Oscar De La Hoya. But guess what? Only 70 people showed up to the interview. Thanks for the support. But y'all would have known. So all I'm saying is for the folks that's looking on, y'all looking on Twitter as well. Take me serious, man. Take this loud mouth, drunk with a mic. Take me serious. You probably going to be ahead of the game, a year ahead of the game. Now, when it comes to prediction, I'm going to pick them right. I'm going to pick them wrong. But when it comes to certain things, oh, man, I know. Just like I said, hey, yo, the fight between Bud Crawford versus Errol Spence was going to be on November 19th. And then 4 months later, they said, yo, Errol Spence said we were supposed to fight on November 19th. Oh, yeah. Who said that? 3 months before it said. But I ain't want to listen to me. I said Top Rank. ESPN is not going to renegotiate with Top Rank. I said that. I said that 7 months before it took place. Where we at right now? We in 2026. Top Rank still don't have a exclusive major network deal. Okay. Pawns don't know nothing. I don't know cheat. I don't know nothing. I don't know nothing. He said, what to look at? You spoke to Henry Garcia. Now I gotta do that live, man. I gotta do that live. Let me see if let me see if I could talk to him. Let me see. Matter of fact, let me hit up Henry. Hold on. Let's see if he's available. Give me a shot. Let me see if he's available. Shit. Hold on. Give me a shot. Give me a shot. Nah, he didn't pick up. He went off on Victor Conte last time. Hey, yo, Henry is funny, bro. Henry. And I've been telling Henry all this time, yo, be the head coach. I want him to actually publicly vouch everything I was telling him. I used to text him. I say, yo, be the head coach. Forget about the Eddie Reynoso and Derrick James. I always thought the Derrick James shit was not a great addition. You know what I'm saying? And then people are gonna be like, yo, but that was the fight that Ryan Garcia beat Devin Haney. Derrick James ain't do shit. Derrick James did not do shit. He did not elevate Ryan Garcia's game. That was all Henry. Ryan Garcia fights like his dad taught him. Never changed. He fight like his dad taught him. But anyway, man, I'm gonna keep on watching the amateurs. I'm gonna keep on watching the amateurs in Bulgaria right now. Let me see if JoJo fought already. I don't know if y'all follow the amateurs, but I'm watching these guys, man. They doing their thing, bro. Let me see. It's still on. Did it just finish right now? Hold on. Because I know the semifinal. Let me see if he won the semifinal. Give me a second. Y'all be watching the 77th International Boxing Tournament. Hold on. Let me see. Hold on, folks. Let me see if JoJo won the semifinal. Because he won yesterday the quarterfinal. Hold on. All right. Damn, this guy is big, bro. Pause. I don't know if y'all be watching. JoJo is mad entertaining, bro. He's athletic as well. I just don't know. This just finished right now. I was watching it and I said, just let me go live. Only thing he got to polish on his offense and stuff like that. I mean, on his defense. Because he brings his hands down when he throw that straight right. But he remind me of a mixture of when he throws the jab, like Larry Holmes and Evander Holyfield. A mixture of them. Very athletic, very agile, very light on his feet as well. But when he throws them shots, he plants them real well. But yo, I'm gonna watch this fight and I'm gonna talk about the good left hand by the Uzbek, the dude. I'm gonna watch this fight and I'm gonna talk about this fight. I'm gonna do a video about it. Y'all already know, man. Good looking out. Love you. God bless, and on to the next.